Hello again, Dr. Vercillo here. I'm your host. This is episode 15 of Ask the Doc, Life Lessons You Should Have Been Taught in School. The purpose of this episode is to discuss income-producing assets, the assets that the wealthy use in order to establish a diversified mix within their portfolio to, in the long term, have the best overall rate of return. You know, there's an old adage that goes, nothing worth having is easy. And boy, do I know that. This is hard work, this stuff. So you're going to have to really keep your nose to the grindstone and go back and tweak the portfolio and work at this on a day in and day out basis. Okay, as in all my podcasts, I always start with a success tip, followed by a stock tip, and then followed by the actual topic at hand, which today is going to be income producing assets. Okay, so the success tip today is all about the 10 things successful people don't do. Now, as opposed to what they do. Okay, so here goes. Number one, they don't sleep away the day. They don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The early bird gets the worm. They get up early. They take on the day. Carpe diem is their motto. Number two, they never skip meals. They understand the importance of eating 4, 5, 6 times a day. Small meals throughout the day, stopping at 7 o'clock at night and making sure that you're keeping your health up. Number three, they work effectively, not efficiently. They work on the right things, not just doing things right, which is really important. They always work on the things that have the highest rate of return. Number four, they're not impetuous. They tend to be pensive in nature. They don't do things based upon their gut or whispers or emotion. They tend to be very, very careful and cautious. Number five, they never dwell on failures. They use those failures as an opportunity to learn, and they celebrate their successes. Number six, they never ignore their health, which is tied to number two about not skipping meals. They practice a high level of self-care. Number seven, they never procrastinate. Instead, they take a ton of action. I wake up every morning and I ask myself the question, what am I going to do today to inch one more step closer to my goals? Number eight, they never get involved in a venture that they're not passionate about. If they can't understand the concept in one sentence, they move on to the next deal. They never go out about their day without a to-do list and a plan for the day. Heck, I even plan 2 hours of distractions into my day to make sure that I get everything that I had planned to get accomplished done, but I allow for those distractions for time management purposes. Okay, next up is the stock tip of the week, and it is the financial institution Moody, currently trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol MCO. This credit and financial company, it trades at about $385 a share. It has doubled in the last 4 years, has a market cap of $70 billion, a PE ratio or price earnings ratio of 44, and a small dividend payout of 0.88%. However, the 5-year forecast for Moody's is excellent. It's expected to grow the earnings per share 12.6% a year on average for the next 5 years. This is a stock you put into your growth portfolio and you hold on to it. It is a share appreciation game, not a dividend payout. And as always, make sure you seek professional advice from a licensed broker or a CPA before you implement any of the suggestions that I mentioned. Okay, finally, let's get into today's main topic, the assets that produce income. There's nothing more exciting than making money while you sleep. And there's 10 ways to create income using assets while you sleep, including, number one, investment real estate. Investment real estate, you should always look at a small 3-bedroom, maybe 2-bath. I'm going to disclose all of this within the secret episode. It's actually really important that you rewatch episode 3 where I talk about how to buy a house. And although most of the data today shows that the real estate market is going to grow 4% a year, it's been really averaging, if you discount the 1 or 2 bad years, about 6 to 7%. And the long-term forecast is going to be about 6 to 7% return. Number two, investing in the stock market, which we have discussed ad nauseum. That's through growth and dividend paying stocks. To make income, of course, it's dividend paying stocks. Rewatch episode 2 where I discussed the stock market. You could expect a 6 to 8% return, if not more, on stocks. And when you get good at it, you could see returns of 15%. I've already gone on record to tell you my portfolio is up 18.4%. Pretty good return. You'll double your money in about 5.5 years. Number 3, royalties. Royalties have to do with selling your idea, your invention, or something else that you have to a licensor who is going to then pay you, the licensee, a royalty. And don't overlook this. I used to use this when I had products that I was bringing to the marketplace, but I didn't want to invest my own money in some of them, so I used somebody else's money and then got paid a reverse royalty for it. Works out pretty well, which leads me to number 4, which is creating products. Ask yourself the question, if only there were a product that could or that would, fill it in, try to find some products. Again, this is unbelievable. When a product hits big, there's nothing like it. Some of these products will pay out millions of dollars if you get a one. Now, keep in mind, 80% of products fail, so you have to make sure that you have a great idea and something that kind of everybody wants. I'll explain all of this in the secret episode. Number 5, buying a franchise or a business. You'll see a return of anywhere from 3 to 25% when you do this. I'll tell you in the secret episode the best franchises to go after. Number 6, high interest yielding savings accounts. Again, I'll tell you the 2 that I like personally, but that's where you can get yourself typically about a 5% return. Number 7 is land, particularly farmland, which typically returns 7 to 9%. Number 8 is master limited partnerships, and I'll give you the one that I really love in the secret episode. This type of investment is typically used in the energy sector or in real estate industry. Typical return for a master limited partnership is along the lines of around 10%. Number 9 is bonds. I'm not particularly a fan of bonds, but they do play an important role in terms of having an appropriate mix to mitigate some of the risk. So some investors use a mix of bonds and stocks to play the risk game. Number 10, REITs, real estate investment trusts. I'm going to give you the one that I actually invest in the secret episode. They have a really nice return, typically between 8 and 12%. How it works is an investor buys up the real estate and then pays out the income to the shareholders. Okay, that's it for now, folks. Please remember to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, becoming a member of the Patreon family. Please leave me a comment. Leave me a review. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you dislike. Tell me what else you'd like to hear. And let me know what else I can do to help. Signing off, this is Dr. V. And remember, a penny saved is a penny earned.